A financial comparison of a house and apartment by an accountant. Hi everyone! Welcome to our channel Ash Cash Stash. Today, we're settling a timeless debate that has property lovers everywhere buzzing with excitement: houses versus flats. But here's the kicker. We've enlisted the help of a financial advisor, an accountant extraordinaire, to break down the numbers for you. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some financial enlightenment as we analyze the battle of houses versus flats. So, grab your popcorn and get ready to be enlightened because we're about to resolve the money mysteries behind these two types of dwellings. It's time to see which one will emerge as the financial heavy in the battle of houses versus flats. Number 1. The value of selecting a home over an apartment. When it comes to buying property, one of the most common questions people ask is whether they should buy a house or a flat. It's a decision that can have significant financial implications, and it's important to carefully consider your options. On one hand, buying a house may seem like the best choice because it typically represents an asset that will appreciate in value over time. On the other hand, purchasing a flat can be appealing due to its lower cost and the opportunity to enter the property market more quickly. In this video, we'll search into the financial aspects of buying a house versus a flat. We'll discuss key factors you need to take into account before making your decision. And we'll also explore non-financial factors that should play a role in your choice, whether you're buying a property for your own use or as an investment. This video will provide valuable insights. Furthermore, I'll share the one crucial thing I always look for when purchasing a property, regardless of whether it's a flat or a house. Number 2. Important differences between homes and apartments. When you're buying a house, it's typically going to be a freehold property. This means you own not only the house itself, but also the ground or land on which that house is situated. When purchasing a house, it typically comes with freehold ownership, which means you have full ownership of both the house and the land it stands on. This ownership is usually permanent, or at least until you decide to sell the property. On the other hand, if you're buying a flat, it's more likely to be a leasehold property. In this case, you own the flat itself, but the ground or land on which the building of flats is located is owned by someone else, known as the freeholder. There's also another option called share of freehold, which is a combination of the two. With share of freehold, you own a lease for your flat and a share of the ground alongside other flat owners in the same building. For instance, if there are 5 flats in the building, you would own the lease for your flat and 20% of the share of the ground, along with the other flat owners. However, it's important to note that this option is less common compared to the straightforward freehold and leasehold arrangements. Number 3. What hidden costs? If you're eyeing a property as an investment, aiming to generate profits, flats often appear as the preferred choice due to their lower initial cost. This seemingly higher gross yield, which represents your profit before deducting expenses, attracts many. However, it's essential to understand that this gross yield can be somewhat misleading when it comes to flats. The ongoing costs of owning a leasehold flat are notably higher. 2 significant expenses come with leasehold flats. First, there's the ground rent, which you, as a leaseholder, pay to the freeholder for using the land beneath your flat. This used to be nominal but has become pricier in recent times. For instance, I pay £400 a year for ground rent, with adjustments every 15 years based on the lease terms. It's crucial to review your lease to understand your ground rent obligations, as these costs can be acquired. The second cost to account for with a leasehold flat is the service charge, which can be a bit of a sting. When you own a house, maintenance like roof repairs and garden upkeep is your responsibility as a freeholder. You have control over selecting contractors and costs. However, with a flat, you're responsible only for the interior. Common areas fall under the freeholder's responsibility. They'll handle repairs, but you'll bear the cost as a leaseholder. This is often more expensive due to the larger scale, but is beyond your control. These hidden costs are crucial considerations, whether you plan to live in the property or use it as an investment. They significantly impact your financial calculations and determine whether the investment makes sense from a returns perspective. While flats may be more affordable to purchase, remember that freehold houses can come with lower long-term maintenance costs, making them an appealing option. Additionally, the ownership period is worth considering, as freehold houses offer permanent ownership without the need for lease renewals. Number 4. Ownership and worth. Another crucial aspect to consider when it comes to property ownership and its value is the lease term. Unlike freehold, where you own the property indefinitely, a leasehold property is yours for a specific period, often 100 or 125 years. Initially, this may not significantly impact the property's value. However, if the lease term drops below 70 years, obtaining a mortgage can become challenging. This, in turn, affects the pool of potential buyers and can lower the property's value when you decide to sell. If you want to extend the lease of your flat, it's possible, but certain conditions must be met, including a minimum period of residency, and you may need to pay the freeholder for extension. This cost is another factor to include in your financial considerations. Additionally, some flats come with what's known as a virtual freehold, which is a 999-year lease. While this offers peace of mind for long-term ownership, it's still considered leasehold. Therefore, ground rent and service charges still apply. So, when assessing property ownership and value, don't forget to factor in the lease term and potential difference to your property. Number 5. What you may and may not do. Whether you're investing in a house or a flat or apartment, the goal is often the same, increasing its over time. In most major cities, property prices naturally appreciate, but you can boost this value growth through difference. Expanding living space, renovating, or enhancing the property can all lead to a significant value increase. If you own a freehold house, making these changes is relatively straightforward. While you may need approval from the local council for certain differences, you have more freedom to add value. The procedure is more challenging when dealing with a leasehold apartment. To make changes, you not only need the local council's approval, but also the freeholder's permission. Due to this added layer of complication, you will need the freeholder's approval even if you wish to, say, convert a one-bedroom apartment into a two-bedroom one. Additionally, they may want a one-time payment in exchange for their agreement. Moreover, certain activities may be subject to limitations under leasehold agreements. My agreement with the freeholder prohibits me from using websites like Airbnb to rent out my apartment. Freehold homes, where you have more freedom to use and modify the property, are exempt for this restriction. Number 6. Beyond the bottom line, non-fictional factors to consider. One crucial thing to remember before diving into the property market is your intention. If you're buying a place primarily for your own living and aren't too concerned about income and property appreciation, simply choose a home that brings you joy and happiness. It's all about finding a place that suits your personal desire. On the other hand, if owning a home for the sake of security and the pride of home ownership is your aim, especially in big cities where apartments are more affordable, it can be a quicker way to step onto the property ladder. However, don't forget to consider all maintenance costs and ensure they fit within your budget. In conclusion, a person's goal, financial status, and lifestyle selection will determine whether renting an apartment or buying a house is a better financial decision. While some may favor flexibility and lower upfront spending, making an apartment a better choice, others may prioritize accumulating equity and long-term stability, making a house a better choice. Before selecting a choice, it's critical to consider your individual circumstances and financial goals. A financial counselor or accountant can also offer unique insights catered to your particular situation.